record. Welcome to Team Heart and Hustle team training on how to sell. I'm recording, so anyone popping on, I will go ahead and mute this. If you have questions in the bottom bar, right around like here, there's a little box that is a chat box. So if you click on that, you can chat to ask any questions, okay? Yeah, 8:30 East. I hope Angela's okay. She usually jumps on. Okay, so tonight I'm going to talk about selling, okay? So sometimes I think that I don't go over this enough because I just assume people know how to sell, and I forget that I've learned a lot in the last 2 years. So for those of you who don't know, I've been doing direct sales for a little over, right at 2 years actually, with one different company. Now I'm in Senegence for about 7 months, maybe 8 months. And I've learned a lot about selling. So the number one thing you're going to want to, first of all, you're going to want to get the book. Everything that I'm going to talk about tonight is going to be about, is going to be based off the book Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. I have listened to that book through like 5 times. It is amazing. I learned so much. My business grew when I first read that book. Like, I cannot tell you enough how good that book is. And even if you don't like the author, like, he is really intense, I'm not going to lie. But even if you don't like the author, just take like the good stuff that he has. Okay, I only have 30 minutes on here, so I'm going to go fast. If I lose you, I'm going to circle back around and answer some questions, okay? So number one, the first thing about selling that I want to just lay the groundwork for is selling has become like a dirty word in our society. Like everyone, you guys probably know, everyone's like, oh, I don't want to sell anything. I don't want to be a salesperson. Like, I can't sell anything. I'm not pushy. Like, I don't want to do that. Which I get that. And the reason that has happened is because people have gone about it in the wrong way. And I'm going to tell you how to go about it in a right way and kind of change your mindset. But the first thing I want you to change your mindset is that selling is not a bad thing. Selling is part of life. And that's why I love this book. It's called Sell or Be Sold. Someone's on the phone. So if you want to.
Hi, it's Kim. Sorry.
Hey, Kimberly. Thanks for jumping on. I'm going to mute you just because we have it recorded.
Okay.
Thanks for jumping on. I don't know if I can mute you. I think I muted you.
Do you hear me?
I can hear you. Oh, there you are. Okay, I'm going to mute you now. But if you have any questions, if you can put it in the search bar, then we should be good. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to change this a little bit. There we go. So selling it, and that's the thing I love about the book Sell or Be Sold is basically in life, you're going to do either or. So whether you like it or not. So even the people who are like, I don't want to sell, you are going to be sold then, either way. And even it breaks down.
Micah, go night.
It breaks down way out of business too. That goes into your personal life. You are going to constantly sell or be sold. Even so much now, I find myself selling my kids on ideas, selling my husband on ideas, and I pay attention to how they react, and I pay attention to things that work to kind of change their mind in a way that is mutually beneficial. Okay, so that's what I want you to keep in mind. You want to create situations that are mutually beneficial. That I use that term all the time. So get that in your mind that if you are not selling, you are going to be sold on something else by someone else, and you're going to get less out of life. I'm not saying that you always have to get your way. Like, there's a point where if you're trying to always get your way and, push, that's not okay. But at the same time, if you have good ideas, if you have things you love, if you have something you're fighting for, you need to sell people on that, or you're going to be sold on something else that might be less for your life. So I have take control of your life, or your life will take control of you. So if you are not going to sell, if you cannot get over this idea of selling, then your life is going to sell you. And your life is going to take control of you. So you need to take control of your life, decide what you want, settle for nothing less, and learn how to sell. Okay, so you are always either selling or be sold. You choose. Okay, so if you don't want to eat at the restaurant your husband wants to eat at for the rest of your life, you better figure out how to sell. So the first thing that you have to do in order to sell anything, and people will tell you differently, but in order to sell consistent and successfully, you have to be sold yourself on the product, okay? And this is so true. I always find myself not being able to sell things that I don't completely believe in. The last business I was in, I could never, rarely get people to sign as coaches. Sometimes I would, but it was very hard for me to get people to sign as distributor. We called them coaches then, because I really wasn't totally sold on the business opportunity. I thought it was an okay business opportunity, but I didn't think it was a life-changing, change your life forever business opportunity like I do for this. And that's why I couldn't sign that many. So if you are struggling signing people, okay, you need to have a heart-to-heart with yourself and sell yourself on it. But don't just sell yourself on it because what I'm telling you. Do your research. Seriously, look at success stories. Look at the business. Look at the business model. Look at the products. The products themselves, I was so sold on this business opportunity that I didn't even really take time to research the products. I tried Lip Sense and I loved it, but I had no idea how amazing our skincare was. And just now, you guys, this is not even something to brag about, but I've been in for 8 months and I'm just now actually studying the book, the beauty book, and learning about I'm not a sciencey mathematical person, but I know that a lot of people are, and I'm just getting into that. But you need to not only sell yourself on our products and the opportunity, but you also need to resell yourself on the products and the opportunity. And I'll prove to you why, okay? So this is part of life. Anything you believe in, anything you love, you have to continually sell yourself on it. Marriage, you fell in love with somebody, right? You got married, and all of a sudden you were like, whoa, what just happened? Okay, right? Does anyone feel like that? Or is it just me? And it's not that your husband's a terrible person, but you have to continually sell yourself on your husband. You have to fall in love with him. And sometimes when he's being really stinky or kind of mean, you have to put those things aside and find the things that you originally loved about him, okay? Same with your kids. I love being a mom, but there are some really hard days. And I have to resell myself on why I became a mom, what I love about becoming a mom. And when I take time to resell myself, I find myself enjoying and thriving as a mom a lot more. Okay, so make it a goal to resell yourself every Monday. That's what I do. Every Monday, I got this from this book. He has a team training with his office every Monday to go over their products, their business, what in the book that I'm talking about. And that's what I do. On Mondays, I spend time reflecting and thinking about why I love this business. What is my why? Is it really just that I want to change the world one tube of lipstick at a time? No, that's part of it. Am I just in love with the skincare? No, I do love the skincare. Do I really, really love my team? Do I really want what's best for them and try to put what I want in the back burner and encourage them in what's really going to be best for them? I try to sell myself on those things once a week, hit strong. So resell yourself on the product and the opportunity and your why. Resell yourself on your why. I have these huge whys, and even the other day I was like, are these whys ridiculous? Is financial freedom even that great? Is it going to be that great? Part of my why is wanting to support an orphanage overseas and be able to go over there and work there a whole month a year with my whole family. And I'm the other day I was is that just a ridiculous why? Maybe I shouldn't have that why. And then I'm you know what? That's been on my heart since I was 12. That's been on my heart since I was 12. And if it is, it's there for a reason. So everyone talks about their whys, but it's so powerful. So identify your why and resell yourself on your why, and then figure out how this business is going to get you there. Okay. You have to keep falling in love with your spouse. Oh, I already talked about that. Sell yourself every Monday. Oh, the grass is always greener on the other side. Okay. And this is something that I really struggle with. And this is something from that book too. I was just reading that chapter today or the other day. So the grass is always greener on the other side, okay? And it's hard to hit your business running. Everyone knows in any business, any direct sales, any sort of business at all, you usually go out with a bang, or you start with a bang. You have pretty good sales, you're really excited, everyone can tell how excited you are, you're making all of this progress, and then sometimes it levels out, sometimes a dip happens and you go way down and you're whoa, what happened? And sometimes it's not even necessarily what you did, but it's important to dig your feet in, commit, and push through the bad times, because the reason the grass is always greener on the other side is because somebody else has watered and planted and gardened and continually done that. The grass is not just magically greener over there. And I can even tell you, going from one direct sales to another, I had more reasons than like, I think that Senegence is a better opportunity. I definitely did think that Senegence was a better opportunity. Oh, I have a hand raised. Hold on. Okay, Eliza, go ahead.
I just meant to grow your own grass.
Yes, I love that.
You can hear me. Okay, I don't know how to make a comment.
Yeah. Oh, if you go to the bottom.
No, it's not there.
Oh,
I don't know. It says mute, stop video, share content, and then participants. I don't know.
Yeah, it might not be. You can just raise your hand next time and I'll unmute you. Okay?
All right then. Thanks.
I like that. Plant your own grass. So yeah, and that's what I was to say. Like, I did leave. I had more reasons than just wanting to get into that. I thought this was a good opportunity. I was also already really wanting to leave that whole industry. I liked the fitness industry, but I didn't like where it was headed, and that's a whole other story. But all of that to say, even when I came to Senegence, there was a part of me that thought, like, everything's going to be perfect here. Everything I didn't like about Beachbody, I'm going to love here. It's going to be different. And at first, it was, and it was growing fast, and it was exciting. But then it's like, it kind of dipped, and I was like, uh-oh, same thing's happening as last time. And I realized that I need to dig my feet in and work, because direct sales numbers don't lie. If you are actively working your business, the average direct sales company is a 4-year career. That is not that long, okay? I was in Beachbody a year and a half, you guys. And when I came here, my income doubled, okay? And I have only been here 8 months. So, but you have to remember that for the first year I was in Beachbody, I was not making a lot of money. I was not having a lot of traction. So you need to at least commit to this for 2 years, but I honestly say give it 4. Find the things that you love about it, make it work with your oh, there's Angela. Angela, I missed you. I was worried about you. So
Hi.
There you are. I'm going to mute you, but I love you. I'm glad you're here. Are you okay? You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm in the car. I had conferences.
Oh, okay. So where was I? Crap. Oh, the grass is always greener. So yeah, if you make a commitment to dig your feet in and push past the distractions, I know how many distractions there are, and just stay focused on what you said you do, what you want, then you will realize the grass is not greener on the other side. Okay, I'm going to keep going. This is kind of like a foundation to lay for sales. Now I'm going to get more detailed in sales, and then I'm going to talk about actual scripts that I give people, because I know a lot of people are kind of struggling with that. So a couple rules of selling, okay? Now I want to prefix this with saying, I don't know if that's the right way to preface, I don't know, with saying that some of these business practices are my own practices that I have always used and I'm very passionate about. And I know that there are a lot of people that don't use these practices. And there are even people in our upline that I've seen them share things that I was like, that's not how I do things. That's not my thing. And that's fine. I totally support that. But all of that being said, if I say something here that you're like, oh, that's not what I do, I don't like that, that's no problem. It's your business and different things work for different people. But number one is when you're selling, you need to make it about them. And that is why I'm not a big believer in sending messages that are like, hey, I'm trying to reach my goal. Can you just buy from me so I can reach this goal? And I know that a lot of people, even in our upline, that has been posted. And I kind of cringe because I'm like, and I'm not, like I said, everyone does their own thing. But personally, I'm not a big fan of that just because it's not making it about them. And I want to support them. I do want to sell product, but I want to support their needs. And I don't want them to feel like they need to buy from me to help me hit a goal or whatever it is. Okay. Did you have a question, Eliza?
Oh, no.
Okay. Just checking. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do when you're trying to sell is assess their needs. So if they're interested in lip sense, like a typical conversation to me is to somebody new is like, hey girl, welcome to my lip sense VIP group. You were invited by a friend. Feel free to leave if you don't want to be here, but I'd love for you to stay. Are you familiar with lip sense? And they'll say yes or no. Usually they're like, yes, but I haven't really tried it. And I'm like, oh, okay, awesome. I always keep it short and sweet. I'm like, it's a smudge-proof vegan, made in the U.S. I always say cosmetic line, most well known for our gorgeous lip colors. And then I send them my little video showing that it doesn't smudge. And I say, what kind of lip colors do you like? There you go, turning it around and making it about them. Another thing is I always end with a question. Always put a question in there. Even if you ask a question, but then you put other words in, I'll copy and paste my question and move it back down and morph the conversation. So it's always ending in a question about them. So I'm like, what kind of colors do you typically like? And they'll say, oh, I really just like neutrals. So then I'll go and get a neutral palette and I'll send it. I'll say, these are our top neutrals. I love all of them. I really think that pink champagne or beige champagne would be absolutely perfect on your complexion. You need to remember that they think you're the expert. A lot of times they don't know what they want. Like you can ask the right questions, but they need guidance, especially on the internet. On the internet, people don't know how to shop. Like a lot of people, I was in LuLaRoe groups for months and I had no idea how to buy stuff because I didn't watch their videos on it, whatever. So say like, oh, what kind of color do you like? Oh, I really like beige champagne. Then I'm like, okay, I think beige champagne would be gorgeous on you. And then I'll say, would you like to place an order? So that's another thing. You are always going to need to ask for the sale. Okay. Like no one's going to magically buy from you. Like that will happen sometimes, but if you're going to consistently keep bringing in sales, you're going to need to ask for the sale. And that's not pushy or rude to say, oh, you like beige champagne? Awesome. I have one on hand or I have one pre-ordered that's going to be here Friday. Would you like to order that one? Or would you like me to hold it for you? Then they'll say, how much is it? So then I have a script I send them that says it's $55 for the starter kit, which gives you the gloss, the color, and the remover. The gloss seals and moisturizes. The remover removes it in a safe way so it's not damaging your lips. And then any additional colors are $25. Any additional glosses are $20. Okay? Side note, I never, ever, ever sell a starter kit without the oops remover. I know I've heard some people doing that. I don't think it's a wise decision. I think the oops remover is very important, and I think that I would be mad if somebody sold me a kit that didn't have the remover that removed my lip sense in a safe way and damaged my lips. So that's up to you. I do not ever do that. Like I will not sell it to someone if they don't buy the oops remover. So I just let them know up front the first time user gets a kit. Another thing, a side note about that, the less options they have, the better results you will have. So if instead of just saying you can get the kit and then you can add on, takes out that equation of, well, you can buy the kit, like the gloss and the color, and if you want to get the remover, you can, but you don't have to because it's cheaper, and it's just like, that's confusing. So that's what I say about the color. So then they'll say like, okay, and then I'll always say, and this is another thing. Oh, how often should you ask for the sale for returning customers? Okay, so that's a good question, Rebecca. Like, it depends on what's going on. If they're reaching out to you and they're like, oh yeah, I'm trying to think of a scenario. I'm losing my train of thought. Oh wait, okay. If they reach out to you and they're like, I'm really interested in trying, our skincare or whatever, then that's fine to ask the sale. Be like, oh yeah, we have a CCTM. I think it'd be great for you, blah, blah, blah. Would you like to order it? And I let them talk in between there. Like, I'm not just like, well, but a lot of times, and I get trapped in this too, sometimes you leave the conversation in Facebook limbo. Like they're like case in point, I'm trying to be specific here because I know that some people don't know what to say. And I didn't either before I started doing stuff like this. Like if you're like, here's our neutrals. And they're like, I like beige champagne. And you're like, okay, great. They don't know what else to do. You know what I mean? Like they don't know, they're like, okay, does that mean I ordered it? Like, how do I order it? They're not going to be like, please take my money. I want it. They don't know how to, it's like weird. You have to figure out how to like sell online. You know what I mean? I hope the answer is, so Rebecca, my other rule of thumb is, this is how I talk to my clients. I check in with them once a month, my current clients, unless they just bought. I check on a weekly, every Thursday, I check in with my recently bought purchase people. once a month, I check in with all my current clients, okay? And I switch off every other month. I'm going to put my hair up because it's like really annoying me. I switch off every other month. So the first month, I go through and I say, we check in, see if they like their product. If they like it, then I say, okay, awesome. I'm putting in an order on Friday, which is like the last day of the month, or I'm putting an order on March 1st, and I am offering 10% off for anyone who wants to get started on one of our skincare sets. Our skincare is absolutely amazing. It's vegan, and we have like a plethora of products. Would you be interested in trying them? Okay. And then if they're like, yes, we go from there. So, but if last month I said to them, are you interested in products? And they're like, no, not right now. Then the next month when I talk to them, I just check in to see how they're doing. I just check in and say, hey girl, I hope you're doing great. How's your lip sense doing? Your kids are so cute, and develop a relationship with them. And we have that conversation. And then the next month I'll stop back by and I'll say, hey, put in another order. I know we talked about skincare in the future. Are you ready? Like, what are your thoughts? Okay. So that way they know that you are not just in there to sell them something. And it's actually good for you to get out of that trap of constantly trying to sell people stuff. So it's a win-win. I'm going to upgrade this because I'm about out of time. And I want to try to get this. I've just been getting so many so many questions on sales that I want to try to do this. Okay, I can't do this now because I don't have my payment and stuff. So when it ends, I'm going to start another video. And I know that's kind of confusing for some of you jumping on, but oh, Danny, I'm glad you're here. So when this ends, I'm going to create another video and then put in the link so we can all jump on. I'm sorry if that's confusing. We got 6 minutes. So does anyone have any questions so far? Is this helpful? You can put it in the comments. I want to make sure this is helpful, but I'm going to keep moving. Go ahead.
Hey, so before we go too fast, what app do you use to make those short clip videos?
iMovie.
An iMovie. Thank you so much.
Yep, no problem. I use iMovie for all my videos.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome. Okay, so then also about making the sale all about them is try to address their needs. Like I said, they think you're the expert and you do need to become an expert. Like if you're getting started, that's fine, but you need to know what you're talking about, especially as you're progressing in your business. So ask them, like if you check in with them, you're like, yeah, I'm putting an order. They're like, yeah, I want to try a skincare kit. I have a skincare assessment form I use that has been amazing. You can it's in the comments in my team page. You can go and copy that and then create your own. So if they're like, yes, I'm interested, I always say, okay, let me send you my skincare assessment form. I want to make sure I get you the best products for you and figure out like what's good for your skin. So when they go and take that form, they tell you everything you need to know about their skin. It's so easy. It streamlines for you and it makes them realize that you know what the heck you're talking about, okay? So they go in, they fill out the form. If they're like, okay, I have dry skin, I'm interested in all of the products, and I want the fatter lips. So then I'll go back and I'm like, okay, I reviewed your form. Thank you so much for taking the time to fill that out. I think that you said that you were interested in both skincare and cosmetics. I think it'd be great to start you on an awesome skincare regimen so we can really get a good foundation. And then we'll circle back around in a couple months if you like everything and we'll talk about cosmetics. And they're like, okay, great. Okay, so you said you had dry skin. This is our dry kit. It is absolutely amazing. I've seen so many great results from our team. You get now this is important, okay? You get the face wash, the daily moisturizer, and the evening moisturizer. Now, this is your business, so you can do it your way, but I will never sell the skincare without the whole kit. The only kit I've ever had returned was someone who said they didn't want the evening moisturizer because they didn't want to have that many steps. And then they returned it because they said their skin was too dry. But your skin absorbs differently in the evening. That's why it comes in a set. It's designed to work together. So this goes into my next point, but you want to address all of those concerns up front before they ask them. I always try to address objections before they ask them. So case in point, I'll say, okay, we have this dry skincare kit. I think it'd be perfect for your skin since you mentioned you have really dry skin. It comes with a face wash. It's a 3-in-1 cleanser. And you want to give them the information they need in the shortest amount of words. Like, don't go on and on and on and on and on. They're in a hurry. say, it's a 3-in-1 cleanser. There's not a lot of steps. And then it does have a daily and evening moisturizer because your skin absorbs moisture differently at night. It's going to keep you hydrated, but it's not going to keep you oily. I think it would be a great fit for you. They'll say, okay, that sounds great. Oh, and I always say, and all of our products, or most of our skincare has our Senaflex formula in it. It's a patented anti-aging formula. I don't go super into detail on that in a message because I try to keep our conversations in little clips so they don't get overwhelmed, okay? So then they'll say, yeah, that sounds great. How much? So I'll do some numbers and I'm like, okay, so the starter kit, I always call it a starter kit. Now, I make up that term. People always ask me, what's a starter kit? I just make it up as I go. A starter kit would be the wash, the daily moisturizer, and the evening moisturizer. If they want a starter kit of a cosmetic, then I'll do CCTM, silk, CCTM, and a concealer, okay? So you can make those, mix and match those, whatever you think would be best for them, okay? So then they'll say, okay, that sounds great. It's a little expensive, whatever. So now I'm going to move into, and like I said, when you're addressing those needs, make sure you tell them why those products are going to work for their needs, okay? So now I'm going to move into my next point, which is huge, which is addressing objections, okay? You need to know what the heck you're talking about because they're going to have objections because, of course, they're buying something and paying a lot of money for it. So these are the top objections that I try to address before they even say them. So then I'm like, yeah, you need the evening moisturizer. So then I'll say it's $190. It's going to last you 4 to 6 months, which breaks down to about $2 a day. Most of our kits break down to like $1 to $2 a day. So it breaks down to $2 a day, which is like not that much to have gorgeous skin. And I always say this, all of our products are 100% refundable, which you totally are not going to need because you're going to love this product, but it's awesome that the company stands behind their products. And they'll be like, LOL, okay, well, let me talk to my husband, or I'm not sure if I can do it right now, or that's great. I think I'm going to do it. Then I move to my next huge, has changed my business. I started this with about a year into my last company, and it changed my business, it changed my income. I upsell everything, okay? This is something that so many people do that will kill your business. I gotta go create another link. I'm gonna drop it in the team page in the team chat, and then we'll jump back on.